So hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the fall, or we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies, the champions of the world that we defy. A soul right of the few who rise up high, and we all fight at the last light.
Hello everyone, how's it going? Dom here from Esports News UK. Thank you Casually Cutie for following the stream. I thought I'd do something different today. I've just noticed I've got blooming food all over my top. Let me just take this top off, my god. Don't worry, I've got a t-shirt on underneath. I want to look horrible, do I? Don't want to look horrible on the stream. How's it all going? How's it all going, everyone? Yeah, I thought I'd do something different. I thought I would, you know, break some news on stream. I've been working on this for a little while. It's something I heard towards the end of MSI, and one of those ones where I had to do some digging. I had to do my due diligence. Had to do a bit of research, and it's like I said. I put a tweet out the other day. It's not the big news bomb that I expected, but it is still significant, and I described it more as a news grenade. I think I confused a few people using that term news bomb. To me, it's just a big news story, right? That's what it means. Tammy, Tammy, thank you for following the stream. Hello Regus, how's it going? Trajan, news bomb, Dom bomb waiting room. Hello Lee, how are you? And Hannah, and shout out to Hannah. Hannah, thank you for all your help during MSI. Mirai, how's it going? I think that's Mirai who I interviewed the other day. Well, I will say a few people have been DMing me saying, Dom, there's a couple of videos I haven't dropped yet. Apologies. There's 3 interviews I've got left to drop. One was with Sophie, who has like she runs an Esports Society at Uni of Northumbria, I think it was. I had a nice chat with Jamada and Officer Naughty. That's the longest interview I did at MSI, actually. That needs to drop. Hey, veteran, how's it going? How's it going? And then the other interview I've got left to drop from MSI was Dagda on the last day, because Dagda did a lot of casting, didn't he, throughout MSI. So those are coming. I'm not finished with the MSI content yet. I know I need to get them out soon, get them out quickly, but I've had so much other stuff on. It's been a bit overwhelming, so bear with me. Yeah, how's it all going? Do you know what? I thought it'd be fun to do a stream, get a few more followers, get the chat going, just talk with you. If you don't know, before I jump into the news, a bit about my streams. I tend to do end of week news streams, usually on a Friday evening or a Saturday evening. I talk about the news, like articles that, not just on my site, but articles on other sites as well that are relevant to UK esports or big esports stories, and just have a chat, just have a natter with you all. So, yeah. Veteran said, didn't interview the greatest to ever do it. I missed you. I didn't know if you were there at MSI. We need to do an interview. Let's do an interview, Veteran. If you're still on NLC next split, let's do an interview. We'll arrange it. Jace, hello. How's it going? How's it all going? Spyron. There's some good names in the chat here. Geek Mandem confirmed. David has purchased Esports News UK and has made Dom head of social media. There you go. Yeah, it's been revealed. It's been revealed. I'm selling. No, I'm not selling Esports News UK. Right, before I jump into it, I want to say a big thank you to SideQuest first of all, because they've sponsored our content at MSI. Allowed me to go. Hannah's been helping out as well, like I say, which I really appreciate. And from what I've learned, well, my site has been really slow. I mean, I hope the site's okay, because otherwise we're not going to be able to drop this news. But yeah, Hannah's been helping a lot. MSI's been really fun. And yeah, I will say, like, the G2 interviews are the interviews that did the best for us. I did an interview with Caps at the start and at the end of MSI. Hannah interviewed Hans Summer and also interviewed Licorice as well from Golden Guardian. So I might do a bit more G2 coverage, because we do have, we have a lot of fans here, don't we, that support G2. I mean, G2 have a lot of fans in general. I try and cover a bit of Fnatic as well. If you haven't seen any of the MSI news, there's the tab at the top left of our site. Please go and have a nose, have a look around. There's an awful lot of news we've done over the 2-3 weeks at MSI. There's 5 tabs worth here. So yeah, tried to make it as comprehensive as I could. Yeah. Right, should we get into it? Hans Summer, I love Hans. Right, I'm gonna jump straight into it then, everyone. I appreciate you being here. 28 viewers, that's really, really good for us. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the. You're gonna have to look at me for a bit just while I'm gonna sort this all out. I hope my site is playing ball. For some reason it's been a little bit slow, so bear with me. And while I'm doing that, I mean, we could chat about other stuff, but I don't want to. I've promised I'm going to break this news. If I can talk through the news, then once we've done all that, then you can stick around if you want. I've got no plans this evening. I can talk through some of the other news, because throughout MSI I haven't been streaming. I don't think I did any streams. I think I did one right at the start, so it's been a bit of a delay since the streams. Right, okay, here we go. Any guesses, anyone? Any guesses? Because I've had a few people DMing me saying, oh, Dom, is it this or is it that? And I wasn't able to say. Let me just make sure I've got the right thing here. There we go. Oh, God, I had a panic then. I was like, where's that article gone that I've been working on this past almost this whole week? Lee reckons he's right. Lee, thank you for not saying it in the chat. I won't say what it is. But yeah, you had a good guess, Lee. You had a good guess. Let's tell you what. Just bear with me 1 second. Give me one more minute, and I'm going to make sure this is all ready. I'll set up this. Okay. Alright, here we go. Veteran says a bunch of W's are getting money, ? Temporarily. Purchased NLC for a Freddo and a bag of McCoys. Good guess, good guess. That might be a bit too much, Temporal. Hey, Mark, how's it going? I can't keep up with the chat. This is brilliant. This is good. Well, yeah, hard for me, the boomer and everything. But, yeah, here we go. Right, we'll flip it here, and this is it. This is the news. Worlds 2024 coming to London. This is what I've heard. Now, when I first heard of this, I heard it from several trusted sources. I'll talk through the article with you all. But, it's very easy to get excited and get swept away and go, oh, it's definitely happening, it's definitely happening. I did my due diligence. It's not 100% set in stone, okay? So that's something to bear in mind. But like I've put in the article, that was very much the case for this story I broke last year as well about MSI. London was going to host MSI in 2023. Okay, I did put a line in there. God, what is going on my site today? I hope this isn't going to cause my site to crash. Yes, so that's it. Yeah, it is pretty big, isn't it? Yeah. Now, the headline I did want to go with, you know, London to host Worlds 2024 after, you know, 9-year wait or 9-year gap or something like that. But one of my sources who is like really close to the situation, and actually a few that I spoke to that are very close to the situation, said, you know, it's very possible Riot are interested. So I don't want to say 100% definite, but it's very likely. It's very likely. Like this article last year, London to host MSI. I put in there, the decision's not 100% set in stone, but several trusted sources have told Esports News UK it's likely. But then they did announce it, right, a month later. So this one is obviously a lot more in advance. With MSI, people were talking, there was an announcement about to come, and then 1 month later, Riot announced it. At the moment, Worlds 2023 hasn't even happened yet, right? So it's quite a way away. It is quite a way away. I'll read through the article with you. Jay says the last Worlds was Spain in EU. We'll come on to that in a bit. Yeah. Hello, hi Rav. How are you? How are you? So I've tweeted that tweet. Please do, you know, if you like the news, if you believe me, which I hope you do. I haven't really got anything wrong for a very long time now. You know, sometimes it happens, the nature of news and stuff. But yeah, let's talk through it. So I've put here, Worlds is very likely to return to London next year after almost a decade since it last took place there. Over the last few days following the conclusion of MSI, trusted sources have told us that Worlds will be taking place in London, the capital of the UK and England next year. Now there's more to this as well, guys. I haven't spoken about some interesting bits coming in here, whether you believe bits or not. We cannot report with certainty it will happen as decision and logistics are not 100% set in stone, but from our understanding it's very likely, much likely it was for London to host MSI. What is clear is that Riot Games is in discussions with government and bodies such as London and Partners and the Greater London Authority. And this comes as the Mayor of London previously welcomed esports fans to London for MSI, and just the other day said Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park is now a global leader in esports. You know, chest thumping stuff, but pretty positive for esports in the UK. MSI, of course, took place at the Copper Box Arena. I'm going to come on to venues in a second. Veteran says, pre-Brexit, 1 week of LEC and it was the most boring meta. Post-Brexit, MSI into Worlds hosts. Goddamn Brexit works. And I'm glad you mentioned Brexit, because I've spoken to a few sources about, obviously the pandemic affected things, but I think Brexit did as well. If you look at Worlds and where it's taken place over the past 10 years or whatnot, when it came to, I'll come on to this in a bit, when it came to Europe last time, it avoided London. I'm not saying that was because of Brexit, but you know, maybe that had some kind of impact. I definitely heard from various industry figures that Brexit did put off some publishers from hosting esports tournaments here, because there was a lot of uncertainty, you know. So Worlds in 2019 in Europe took place in Berlin, Madrid and Paris. Now let's come on to other locations and potential venues here. One source has claimed that London, now bear in mind this is one source out of the few that I spoke to, London will host the finals week of Worlds 2024, and it will take place at the O2 Arena, with other stages of Worlds 2024 taking place in Paris, Berlin and Barcelona. But take this as speculation, given that same source told us last year that MSI would take place at Wembley and it ended up at the Copper Box. I can't guarantee. After I published the MSI article, I kept getting random people on Reddit and Twitter DMing me saying, hey, do you know when the tickets will go on sale? Hey, do you know what venue it is? No, I don't know that. That's for Riot to announce. But this is, like I say, it's a real possibility. It's very likely. And they're definitely considering it. Riot are definitely interested in looking to London for Worlds next year. Yeah, and that source that said it's a real possibility also said that London and Partners, a company key to bringing MSI to London, was very keen, quote unquote, to work with Riot again. Now, I reached out to London and Partners for comment this week. Like I said, I've reached out to lots of stakeholders, and they gave me the statement: "We are not aware of any decisions that have been made for the 2024 season, but we'd be delighted to continue to support Riot Games." So read into that what you will. That's the on-record comment they've given me. Veteran says, World's Finals a 10-minute walk from me. Eastside represent. Well, hopefully, yeah. If it's... is that by the O2? Are you by the O2, Veteran? Mirai says, I hope it's not in Copperbox Arena. The guys at the door yoinking water bottles was a big take. I didn't know about that. Yeah, there are some strict rules, aren't there, around... that's usually a normal thing, Mirai, I think, at Stadia. You're not allowed to bring in water bottles and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Veteran, 5-minute walk from platform. Yeah, do you know what? I haven't been to O2 Arena for a long time. I couldn't tell you the nearest tube station for the O2 Arena. It's a very long time since I've been there. All the esports stuff happens in my ends, bruv. And now the other thing as well. So I heard, and I wanted to run something, but I thought, it's kind of obvious. But I heard from a few sources before MSI started that Riot was interested in hosting Worlds in London, depending on how MSI did. I heard that from a few people, and I kind of wanted to do that as a headline or a tweet, but I thought, no, I'm going to wait. It's kind of a given. You know, Riot hasn't held a big league event here for a while. Let's see how MSI goes. Of course, if an event does really well, a publisher might be interested in bringing a similar event in the future. So I didn't run something on that then, but it tells the whole story, doesn't it? It all creates this bigger picture. I've put, while there were a few empty seats during some of the early playing days, let's not forget MSI was 3 weeks. That's very long, isn't it, for one tournament in one venue. I put the atmosphere was largely great, and this is official Riot figures here. 3,200 people watched the grand final in person. Now you could say they could have maybe filled up more seats and so on, but it was a good atmosphere. I felt that was pretty well. When we had Worlds at Wembley back in 2015, they did a similar thing, right? There were certain seats they didn't use. They had it the layout in a certain way. They sold a fewer number of seats, because I think the Copper Box is 7,500 capacity, right? So that's about it's under half, isn't it? The capacity there, but that felt good. And then also, this news comes a few days after I was in a press conference, Riot Games press conference on the finals day of MSI on the morning, and I asked them, I didn't know this at the time, when I asked them this question, I hadn't heard that the Worlds 2024 was likely in London, but I asked the question anyway, just because the UK angle that I have. What did you think of London? To all three of them on the press conference there, Riot Games president of Esports, John Needham, Naz Alitaha, Global Head of League of Legends Esports, and Max Schmidt, the Director of League of Legends Esports for EMEA, there on the left. I asked them, hey, what did you think of MSI in London? How did it go? Can we expect more events in the future? And I also said as well, can we expect more NLC events in the future? And Maximilian did say, we've announced we're bringing the EMEA Masters on the road together with the LEC Roadshow, so I definitely expect there will be more opportunities across the entirety of EMEA down the line, and I think London has made a strong case for itself. Naz said to me, said that there's so many fans here in London supporting Brazilian teams, LATAM teams, EMEA teams, LPL, LCK. She said, we love that, and we actually look for that when we choose our host regions and host cities. Where can we go that's going to be international? We want fans to be able to travel in if they can, and we want to bring the best of League of Legends to all the local fans here. And to answer your question, you can definitely expect us to come back. And John Needham said, what struck me about BLG versus T1 is you forget how international London is. It was amazing to see how many LPL and LCK fans were sitting in the audience and were very passionate about the match. So I love that about this city. It's the most diverse international city, and it's been really awesome seeing everybody excited about having the competition here. We're also proud of the stage set up at the Copper Box, yeah, which I agree with was very good. And this is key, right? It's the most diverse international city. If, Riot want to be able to bring fans of different teams to these big global events. So London just makes a lot of sense to them because we are so diverse, so international. And then they also John and Naz spoke to Laura on stage before the opening ceremony of the MSI finals, and Naz was saying It's been amazing being in London. The fans blow us away every time. They never disappoint. They brought so much energy and hype to every match. And said, I think the crowd, the fans here have just been next level. We see fans show up for all the different leagues. It's truly amazing being here in London. Jay says, Dom the GOAT for once again getting the fresh news on UK sports. How does he do it? Well, thank you, Jace. I don't always do it. You know I do a lot of press releases and things like that through lack of time. But this is my beat, right? UK League of Legends. I will try and cover things like this where I hear things. Hannah says, I've heard O2 would work well for me in East, so I'd love that. Lee says, am I the only West London-based esports person? Swear everyone's in the East. I want Wembley FFS. Yeah, I liked Wembley, Lee. Were you there in 2015, Lee? Hey, Sammy, thanks for tuning in. Sammy says, I'm sort of West London, but also not really, as I'm on the outskirts. So last few bits from my story then. Obviously, Worlds this year is going to be in South Korea. October 10th to November 19th. So there's no date set in stone. Of course there isn't for 2024. This is an early story on Riot's interest in London. And I've heard it, you know, I heard it from a bunch of different people. And to the point where I had quite a few sources coming to me within 1 or 2 days. To the point where I felt like someone was trying to plant a story on Esports News UK. I was like, what is going on here? But the different sources that reached out to me, you know, some of them don't know each other. So I knew something was happening for them to, but it was very strange that so many contacted me in such a short space of time. You know, and I did speak, like I say, I did my due diligence. I spoke to other people, and some others said, well, it might be excited speculation, Dom, MSI, the excitement of MSI and all of that stuff, but I have, like I say, I have heard it. I heard this from more people than I heard about MSI taking place in London. So, you know, Worlds 2024 in London is a real possibility. You know, the headline is true at this point in time. When did Worlds last take place in London and Europe? Like I say, Worlds 2015. I can't believe it's almost a decade ago now. That was my first league event. I just set up Esports News UK. It was an exciting time for me and for a lot of other people as well. I know a lot of people got their break in esports at that arena or became interested in it. You know, people like Nymera, I think, were there before he went into casting. Frankie Ward was there doing stuff with the BBC before she became an esports host. You know, other people, cosplayers and things like that, and content creators I've seen rise up and make a career out of esports. You know, I think it inspired a lot of people. These kind of events do inspire people in esports. So that's it. Yeah, Europe in 2019, we had Worlds that took place in Berlin, Madrid and Paris. And if I bring up... if we look at the list of locations of previous Worlds, let's have a look here. Oh, actually, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, you can see 2011 right up to now. 2011, I don't even think it was called Worlds back then. But you can see the last few years. Obviously, Korea this year. Last year was the US and Mexico. Year before that, Iceland. God, I almost forgot about that. And then year before that, Shanghai. And then it was Europe before that. So it is... If you look at the past few years, Europe is due to host Worlds, isn't it? Right? Because it's been, 1, 2, 3, 4 years. We'd have had a 4-year gap. It would have been 5 years. Next year, when Worlds comes around, it would have been 5 years since Europe last hosted it. So it kind of adds up. If you look here, San Francisco, and then San Francisco, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a gap of 6 years. So if not next year... Right, if I didn't trust my sources, I'd say Worlds would be, if it didn't happen next year, then it'd be likely for 2025. But I do trust my sources, so I'm going to stick with it. Hey, Don Jake, how's it going? Rumours going around that Riot tried to book Anfield Stadium, but have accidentally taken Worlds to Enfield. Shocking performance from all involved. This is the last thing that anyone wanted to happen. Hannah says, I feel like 2025 will be in China. Oh, by the way, shout out to Don Jake. If you haven't... seen some of Don Jake's. Oh look, the numbers are going up on this. I knew they would. Yeah, we've got a mix of people. We've hit some of the non-English speakers as well. Grant Russo says, "Now, Dom, don't tempt us with sweet news like this. Well, I hope can't deal with getting raised up like this." But he said a similar tweet back around MSI, so I'm going to find that and I'm going to put it back in. Thank you for sharing, by the way, everyone that's sharing this. I really appreciate it. Yeah, again, shout out again to SideQuest Gamers Hub for sponsoring my MSI coverage. And I've tagged this as MSI coverage because it's come on off the tail end of MSI. Oh God, I should have tagged it as MSI coverage. Maybe I haven't here. Bear with me 1 second, because I want it to appear in that hub there. No, I haven't tagged it with MSI. Right, I'm sorting that out now. Yeah, shout out to Don Jake, like I was saying. Don Jake did some amazing, hilarious interviews at MSI with pro players, including the one with Chovy's. If you have to check out one, check out the one with Chovy, where he's rapping at Chovy and introducing him to London music and stuff like that. Just amazing. I think that's got like 25 to 30k views. Absolutely incredible. I was over the moon with my Caps interviews. First one 10 to 11k, second one around 6k, but you know, I don't do Esports News UK for the views, but it all helps, you know. The YouTube follower numbers went up. So yeah, Jay says these ruddy interviews are going to go down in the archives. Hannah says they've done Korea. Shanghai was kind of busted by the pandemic. And Lee says Europe crowd was similar with FPX. What do you guys think? Are you on board with me? Do you trust me at this point? I want to find Grant's old tweet, by the way. I want to find his tweet and to tweet it back at him. My site's being so slow. I'm a little bit worried, to be honest. I hope this doesn't crash the blooming site. If I type in Grant Roos MSI, let's see if I can find. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't Grant. I thought it was. Let's have a look here. If I type in Grant and Dom, no, I can't see it. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was someone else that said, "Dom, don't do this to us." But I'm pretty sure it was Grant. I'm trying to find the tweet here. No, I can't find it. It wasn't this far back. Oh well, I'll try and dig it out another time. Was this December? No, it wasn't that. Yeah, so that's it. That's it, everyone. I'm happy to stick around, chat. If anyone has any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them, or we can chat about other news and stuff. Don Jake says, "Someone give me some effing money." Yes, please, someone give Mr. Don Jake some money. I want to keep these interviews continuing. Lork says, "Fill the Emirates next year." Wouldn't Emirates be? That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? It'd be cool, wouldn't it? If they held like, I mean, if it's finals week though, I can't see them doing different venues in London. It's going to be one, isn't it? It's going to be one venue. And Jake, you know, again, another great opportunity for you, isn't it? Next year, you're going to have even more followers next year. As long as Riot let you in, fingers crossed, you should be able to. I mean, even if they don't, you'll be able to get interviews yourself from outside and stuff like that. Lee says Spurs Stadium so we can buy a new centre back. You've just reminded me, Lee. I need to do a. I want to do another follow-up article on like top esports signs at
do you know that?
MSI. Hang on, I'm just going on TikTok. I'm just trying to find this TikTok. Here we go. If you don't follow us on TikTok, do drop us a follow. I had loads of clips from the MSI interviews on there as well, and some of these things did pretty well. Here it is here. And this is one of my most popular TikToks here. I've titled it, Tottenham aren't even safe for esports events. This was when PSG were playing pretty badly.
Their tank will be back right after the game 3. Oh my god.
Let's all laugh at Tottenham.
Their tank will be back right after the game 3. Oh my god.
So yeah, if anyone found any other like good signs at MSI, give me a shout, because I want to do like top signs spotted at MSI. I want to do an article on that, a follow-up article. Lork says best sign there. Lork says Don Jake's best content in esports alongside Mr. Sacco. I think we're very different as well. Like Don Jake it puts immense research in, does the Nardwuar style thing, and has the entertainment and comedy factor. Whereas I'm a little bit more boring. You know, I'm a bit more straight journalism. Sometimes I do ask the slightly more boring questions, but you know, that's just more my style. That's who I am and everything. And Don Jake, when's your thing dropping? With Patrick Paul Patisse. There's another reporter from Ruddy. There's the Chovy thing. Oh, thank you for sharing, Don Jake. You put he's got a screen grab of the stuff in the chat. Where's Patrick Paul Patisse as well? There it is.
And I'm part French, I'm part Ghanaian, but like...
What is that on the map?
What one?
Garnia.
It's Africa, mate. I grew up there.
In Africa.
So I want to see this drop in. This is an interview that Patrick Paul Patisse did with Adoamne. Patrick is a former ESPN and Sky reporter for 10 years, now disgraced and working in the esports division, apparently. So I'd like to see a joint interview from Don Jake and Patrick Paul Patisse in the future as well, and see how that goes. But yeah, and I interviewed Don Jake as well. If you check out the Esports News UK YouTube, I interviewed Don Jake right at the start of MSI. It's quite a short interview. Let me try and bring it up here. So if you want more on MSI, please do check out. We've done a lot of content here. Where is it here? Here it is here, 4 minutes. Don Jake on MSI taking place in East London. I interviewed Travis Gafford as well. That's done pretty well, 1.5k views. Yinsu Collins was a good chat. I'm lucky I got some of these interviews as well, because I didn't realise at the time some of the broadcast talent like Yinsu Collins, Frankie Ward, they were only there for a couple of days. 2 to 3 days. So I'm lucky that I managed to interview some of them. I didn't manage to interview everyone I wanted to. I wanted to interview Shocks and a few others. Just didn't get time with the request, with looking after my kids. I wasn't able. If I was, you know, if I could have been there every single day, I would have been able to get more interviews in, I think. And I wanted to. I didn't want to just interview pro players. You know, I wanted to interview other people. Like I say, we've got a few more interviews drop in, Jamada, Dagda, and so on. So watch this space. Yes, yeah. So watch out for Don Jake stuff. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, we can have a look, see, you know, how what these quote tweets are doing, because there's going to be a lot of Jacob Howard, good old Jacob, who used to work for Esports News UK years ago, says I'll be there no matter what. The Mbappe thing. Doctor said, "Don't give me hope." All the gifts coming in, but Sin says the scenes if this happens. Praying. These are just comments, aren't they? TSM Dunk said I'll be there no matter what as well. Thank you, Dunk, for sharing that. BM Chater says here, huge news. I had heard rumours of them testing London for future events, but Worlds would be great for the UK esports scene. Hopefully we can see some LEC finals / events held there too. Godlake says twice in a row London for EU. That makes a lot of sense, and it is fair. Yes, finals should be either in Paris or Madrid, Barcelona. Preferably they should be in Spain, since last World's finals was in Paris. But I mean, yeah. I would expect France. I would expect Spain and France, given the the popularity of their regional leagues there as well. Lork says, please Riot 2024 breakfast, Riot frocks on. Oh, someone here said, surely they're lying for attention. London again. There's so many fun cities in Europe. Why do we need to keep making it in London? I assure you, Lib, I do not lie. O2 Arena would go absolutely effing crazy, though, to be fair, they said. I assure you I don't lie for attention. That's one thing I certainly don't do and would never do. Yeah, so we've looked at the rest here, haven't we? We've looked at the rest. So, yeah. Hannah says, cosplay vids dropping too. Oh, gosh, I almost forgot. Sorry, Hannah. Hannah's got some more content to drop for us as well. I've got to chat soon, haven't we? We've got to chat soon, Hannah. I'm sorry, I've had such a crazy week this week with other things I'm working on. But, yeah, we are going to do some more stuff as well. Lork says, interview FlyQuest only representative next time. Sorry, Lork. I'm sorry, I've run out of time. And I wanted to interview the other guy from FlyQuest as well. I had a good chat with him the other week. After one of the MSI days. What is going on with my website here? Is it being so slow? Jake says, I've DM'd you a teaser for the new Ruddy video coming soon. Ah, that'd be awesome. Look says, can we get a Dom Sacco cosplay next event? I was talking to a cosplayer the other day, actually, because someone once said to me, OG Corey the Gamer, thank you for following, I appreciate it. Someone said to me years ago that I could do good Hitman cosplay, right? I've got the bald head, I've got a suit, I've got a red tie. All I'd need to do was get the tattoo on the back of my head, and I could do Hitman cosplay, which would be quite easy. But anything else, forget it. But are you saying you would do cosplay of me? Because I mean, it'd be pretty easy, wouldn't it, to get those things that go over your head and push your hair down, whatever they're called, like a bald, cosplay, and all that stuff. Hannah says, get this man a Jinx wig. I wouldn't mind. I used to have blue hair back in my punk rock days, Hannah. Back when I was in a band, I used to spray my hair blue. Back when I had hair, I never had plaits though, so that'd be new for me. And yeah, never had rocket guns or anything else like that. Don Jake says, when's your next event? I'm glad you asked. Once I've got all this craziness out of the way, so I've finished up MSI content, the side quest deliverables are all done. There's another event I need to do some promotion around, and then I've got a freelance project or two to do. Once I've done that, I reckon things will ease up late June for me, mid to late June. And at that point, I'll start working on the next event. But hopefully this summer sometime. I reckon mid to late summer. But it's probably going to be up north, the next one. Because I've had people saying, Dom, you've done a few events in London now. We want an event up north. So my next, quarterly UK Esports networking event will probably be, I reckon, probably August up north somewhere. Maybe Manchester. Watch this space. But then the next one after that will probably be in London again. Spyron says, Dom the Hitman Sacco. Oh yeah, and Hannah says, just in time for ALGS. So yeah, again, ALGS is happening in July. Hannah will be able to have, I'm sure, the specific dates. There is an article on Esports News UK. Where is it here? There we go. ALGS Split 2 playoffs announced. That's coming back to the Copper Box Arena. We had Split 1 earlier in the year in February, and this one is July 13th to 16th. So I'm hoping I can get another coverage partner on board for this, and Hannah can, do her thing and do the 4 days. And if I can make it, I'll be there as well. It'd be great if Hannah and I can be there as well, because Hannah is Apex Legends specialist. I'm not. I'm more League of Legends. Yeah, that's it, 13th to 17th, yeah. Oh, Corey the Gamer says, got my weekend ticket. Oh, yeah, interviews with Jay Ling's already in the works, Hannah says. So, yeah, I do cover, if there's anyone in the chat watching this that doesn't know what I do cover a variety of esports. As long as there's a UK esports angle. I set up Esports News UK to shout about the success stories we have here, what's going on in UK esports. It's predominantly articles, but I've been doing more TikToks and YouTube videos recently. When I can get to events, I will always try and do a video because there's a lot of value in it, and then I can turn it into an article as well. But if you want to see a lot of our video content that we tag up, there's a video tab at the top. So you can see a lot of these things are turned into articles, also have videos with them as well. My video skills are pretty basic. Like I say, I'm a trained written journalist, but that's there for you as well. My site is worrying me. I don't know what is going on with it tonight. So that's it. I mean, we can talk through MSI if you want to talk through other things or ask me questions. I know I whittled through that pretty quickly. JDG obviously won MSI. There wasn't really much competition for them, was there, really? They absolutely smashed it. I'm glad BLG got one game from them in the final, at least, though it wasn't a 3-0. So that was good to see. G2, I think I do feel like G2 could have done better in that BLG match they had, but let's face it, I don't think G2 would have been beating JDG, to be honest, or a few of the others. But took a game off BLG, didn't they? I've got a press conference in there as well if you're interested. Had the full English translation press conference with JDG. We covered a few stories of like the teams advancing, some of the days. Yeah, there was quite a few interviews, all of that stuff. A lot of pre-event content I did as well about the event, the tickets going on sale, all of that stuff. I covered a lot of that stuff as well. Oh, Corey says I-71 is in November or October. Yeah, it's September. Omnimushu's correct there. And also, here's something I heard of. I haven't done an article on this yet, but I've wanted to. Let me just bring this. Let me just look at my news notes here. 1 second. Some news involving Insomnia later this year. Where is it here? Yeah, this is it. Yeah, so you can't read it. It's off the screen here. But there's a new LAN light pass for Insomnia. You get access to the LAN party from 4 o'clock Friday to 4 o'clock Sunday and get a taste of the LAN experience. Does not include iSeries esports entry, not applicable for LAN loyalty discounts. But it's like a light pass. Oh, there we go. Look, you can see what it gives you. 24-hour LAN access, LAN seat picker access, after hours Hall 4 access, and access to Insomnia Gaming Festival Expo. But you don't get things like 24-hour access. You don't get access to the esports sign-ups. I don't understand that then. Can you just not enter an esports tournament? Surely you can pay a bit extra to enter a random, a specific tournament. And you don't get access to all this stuff. So I think most people playing in the tournaments are going to still pick the plus. Because that gives you early LAN access from Wednesday. So I think most people will pick the plus. The premium ones, wow, they're really... yeah, much higher, aren't they? Almost double the price than the premium and the VIP. Temporal says, oh, hey, a social ticket, I'd be down. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is, isn't it? Really? That is what that is. £89, so it's saving you about 20 quid on the standard, or 40 on the plus. To be honest, you're not missing that much. You're missing things like tickets for community raffle, padded chair, priority check-in queue, evening entertainment. Like, not stuff you need. You know, if you just want the basic thing, and you're there casually with friends, I don't think £90 too bad across the whole weekend. Obviously, you've got to bring everything. The logistics is expensive, isn't it? Hotels and all of that is expensive. Corey the Gamer says, Jesus, the price. Yeah, they have gone up. They have, and they've had to go up. But yeah. So I think that's it, everyone. I know I've said that a few times. I can still have a look at the quote tweet, see how the tweet is doing. It's good to break the news. I don't know if it's on Reddit I'm always careful of Reddit. I saw the other day Travis Gafford got banned on Reddit for a week because he genuinely forgot about the rule of where did he put it here? Yeah, a week ago, the League subreddit mods banned me from the subreddit for 7 days for violating the 4 topic post to 21 comments situation during MSI, and I failed to notice. Their message said I could reach out after 7 days to get unbanned, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, you have to, I think if you're a content creator, you have to, 4 topic posts, I think you can only share 4 posts promoting your own content per every 21 comments you make on the League of Legends subreddit. I'm so careful. I don't bother sharing anything on there. I share like one article or bit of content I do every 2-3 months to be safe. It's not journalist friendly, is it? Sadly. And we had the situation with Don Jake as well, who was in the chat earlier. I don't know if you're still around, Jake, where his interviews kept getting removed from Reddit because the mods were saying they weren't related to League of Legends esports, which was crazy because he's interviewing esports players, okay, about some of their non-League of Legends stuff, but he was asking them about, you know, you get a feel for the player through things like this, you know. He was asking them some League stuff as well. I can't find it now. Where was it here? I've been on this page here. My site decides to load. Yeah, it is £500 Omnimush for the hotel. It's crazy. It is crazy. 1K weekend when you include food and drink and stuff. Yeah, it's at least 500. Right, that's the wrong one there. There it is here. League of Legends subreddit called out after Don Jake MSI interview was pulled. And it wasn't just interview, it was several interviews that didn't make it. And Don Jake hit out at them and got a lot of promotion for it. But yeah. And I'm not asking for people to share it on the Reddit because then that'd be, what is it, vote brigading or whatever it is. Like, I'm sure someone will share it, or maybe another site will cover the news and they'll try to take the credit. I don't, you know, I'm not that bothered. I don't want to get banned on there because it does help sharing. But then if I can only share stuff every 2-3 months, is there much point? You know, it's not journalist friendly, is it? I might share it actually in the. I might share it in the esports one. Because they're a lot more relaxed in there, and I think it might do okay in there. So I'm just going to share that on there as well. So yeah, I'm just chilling with you all now. We've done the news. How many people? We've got 17 views. It's about half. I will talk about other news and stuff in a minute. I'm just going to share this on Reddit. We could talk about other news because it's been quite a few things that have happened since I've done my last stream a few weeks ago. British Esports Student Champs coming up. Guild has launched a No Room for Abuse campaign with Sky UK. Survey finds half of female gamers have been harassed when playing. Fourth Wall, there's some UK League news. Fourth Wall have taken the League of Legends NLC Division 1 spot. not IEM Kettering. Epic Land has found a new home. That's going to be at Wolverhampton Racecourse, July 27th to 30th. So that's good. They had to find a new home after Kettering Conference Centre was announced that it was closing down. So that's that. Yeah, there's a bunch of news and things I've done. What was I doing here? Yeah, let me share this on... Let me share this. I'm more comfortable sharing it on the esports subreddit than I am the League of Legends one. Corey Gamer says fourth wall. Oh, Hannah says false on LCS and challenges. More guild dropping soon too. Yes, I I haven't read too much into the LCS stuff. You'll have to fill me in. I saw a few things. Like I saw. Where's the article here? If we go back to Travis, I sometimes see global news, Hannah, and I don't. You know, I glance at it, but I don't consume it as much as I would UK stuff. Yeah. So the NA. LCSPA, is this the players? Yeah, the LCS Players Association has asked LCS players to vote on Sunday on a walkout in protest of changes to the Challenger. Is that the Challenger League, the lower tier one, right? If we have 26 out of 50 the LCS players willing to do something, I can tell you right now the league's not running. Philip Aram said, the director of the Players Association. There's a story. Is this more on the story here? I think. So I think it was Mikhail that broke this story. A walkout by league players would mark a historic first stab at collective action in esports. I think it's interesting. I don't know enough about the situation that led to this. I'd probably have to read this. Oh, it's not that long an article, is it? Proposed walkout targets a recent decision by Riot, which published this league, to change a rule that required Tier 1 teams to field an amateur roster in the game's Challenger League. On May 12th, Riot said it would be removing that requirement in response to requests by team owners, but afterwards a majority of LCS teams announced they would be cutting their Challenger League rosters, with some citing the need to streamline operations in light of economic headwinds. And we've seen other orgs do this, haven't we, in the UK? Last year, XL Esports got rid of their academy teams. They got rid of their JDXL in the NLC League of Legends, and they got rid of their Valorant team because it was stuck in the tier 2, tier 3, and couldn't make it to the upper tier VCT. They didn't get in. They didn't get accepted. Their application to the VCT franchise-like league in Valorant didn't get accepted, so they just cut it. So it doesn't surprise me we're seeing this in what's known as the esports winter, right? This tough year where there's going to be orgs going under, and this and that. There's going to be cuts. There's going to be job losses. There's already been some of that. Phil Aram, the exec director, said the group was not informed in advance of Riot's decision, which he characterised as a significant breach of trust. Aram said Riot lied to us. So, but what will happen from this walkout then? Is this a walkout just for the Oh no, it is the actual LCS players then, right? So they're going to stage a walkout. Is that during the matches? There aren't matches going on at the moment, are there? I don't have great knowledge of America and LCS and stuff like that. LCS EV, my God, what is going on with... Oh, this was a while back, that one, right? Okay. It looks like a good article Mikhail has done here. Be interesting to see what happens, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have a view on it, Hannah, because I don't follow it super closely. But I will say I do think it's interesting that it'd be a historic first collective action in esports, or this walkout like this. Hannah says, I did a piece on Esports Insider about the debate on Esports Union. The walkout would have been an interesting impact on that. Yeah, definitely. Feel free. I think I have an auto mod that deletes links, but feel free to DM me. Spyron said the Four Horsemen episode was pretty good on this topic. Paul says they've published a list of demands too. NA is meant to start again soon, but LCS players will walk if they vote to. Matches will be delayed. Right, okay. Yeah, there's more people. Shout out to Francesco Lombardo, another journalist who's sharing the news as well. Someone said foaming at the mouth. Wow, I've really reached a wide community here. There's a lot of non-English speaking people sharing their news as well. It's good to know that I've reached way beyond the UK. Someone said, "Wake up, Sam Matthews, all in, no excuses with Fnatic. Start building for Worlds 2024. Long project pays off. A big coaching staff and let them work hard, man. Make history." Easier said than done. The LEC is so competitive. You know, XL have tried to change their team and do things so many times, and it's not working, is it? And by the way, I don't know what is going on with XL that I saw on the subreddit the other day about Targamas. I don't know this situation. I've had so much on. I wish I could have really dived into this situation. I think Foreign might have done a video on it. Let's have a look here. So Targamas, a former XL player. Oh, maybe he's deleted his tweet. Hang on, replies. Oh no, this was it here. XL said, "As we look ahead to the summer split, we part ways with and say farewell to Targamas. Thanks for everything, and we wish you all the best wherever you go next." It's a shame I couldn't jump on this. When was this? Tuesday. I've just had too much on this week. And Targamas said to XL, "I will not thank you for what you did. Good luck anyway." So I want to know. You know, I think Foreign did a video. I need to watch Foreign video. He did one a little while ago. Veteran, if Veteran's still in the chat, probably knows more here than me. But this seems pretty crazy, this situation. I don't know if someone's reported Targamas was forced out, or I don't know what happened exactly. But I would like to get to the bottom of it because, you know, a lot of stuff going on at XO Esports, team changes and so on. But that is a wild response there, isn't it? Wow, 5 million views that response got. Talk about a ratio. I'm not a big fan of ratio, but one definitely happened there. Temporal says Aug's not very good with treating people like people, I think is a safe way of putting it. It's been sad to see, isn't it? It has been sad to see. Is there anything else I should talk about? Oh yeah, Paris Major. We had not only did Into the Breach get to the top 8, we had a UK coach reach right to the final, which is amazing. Ash steered Gamer Legion to the Paris Major final. Unfortunately, they lost to Vitality, but they put in a good showing. I've done some other bits and pieces, press releasey stuff. It's all been MSI. Hopefully, you know, I'll have more time to do the news grind again, like I say, from mid to late June. But I've got a lot of stuff on. I'm going to be doing some content around Fortnite Scotland LAN, the Red Bull contested, that's coming up. NUEL acquired as well, so any old school UK esports people will know NUEL has been around for a long time now. I think it's like 11 or 12 years or longer. They obviously do university tournaments. They've been acquired, but it's not going to be a massive change because they've been working with the company that acquired them for a while now. GG Tech Entertainment have headquarters in Spain. And now NUEL's office in the UK will act as the office for GG Tech's operations in the UK and Ireland. And so it's kind of like more of the same for them. It's not a lot changing, but obviously a new parent company for NUEL, GG Tech, and they do a lot of stuff with Amazon, right? The Amazon University Esports tournaments in the UK and Ireland. Hannah says, was he the one they benched for mental health and made it sound like his choice when it wasn't? Yeah, no, I don't. That was someone else. They've had a few instances where, you know, players have left and it's not been a seemingly great situation, or it could maybe have been handled better. I remember the one I covered about oh, what was his name now? Advian. It's a shame because I know a few of the people at Excel, and there's some nice people that work there, and they also have and you know, they had that after party, MSI after party on Sunday, which was really good. Excel brings in Mickey to LEC team, replacing Deeply Sand's support player Advian. So, you know, they've had stuff like this happen in the past. And they've changed their coaching staff as well and everything, haven't they? So, yeah. Right, I think I'll leave it there, everyone. The viewers have slowly gone down. And that was it, really. I just wanted to do something a bit different. Something a bit nice. And, you know... got a few more followers on Twitch. Why not? You know, if I'm going to share the story on Twitter anyway, why not do it on Twitch? If you want me to do this again, let me know. Let me know what you thought of it. What do you think of these streams? Would you like to see anything different from me? Let me know. But other than that, yeah, thanks again to SideQuest Gamers Hub for supporting our MSI content. And thanks to like all the sources and people that came to me with this news. I don't just jump on things and just do a tweet. I have taken my time this whole week to do research, and it has taken time. But over the next week or two, I'm going to be really snowed under with freelance projects and stuff, so I'm not going to be around a lot to do stuff. But yeah, thank you everyone. I appreciate your support. There's some really nice names in the chat. People that have supported me a lot over the years, or appreciate what I do as well. So that's great. And Hannah, thanks again. Let's catch up soon. And yeah, looking forward to doing more content for you all. And let's believe the hype. Worlds next year, very likely. I will be over the moon. And yeah, have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you soon. I might do, actually. I know you're watching this on the thanks for watching screen, but I haven't done this in a while, and it's a raid thingy. Alright, so don't go anywhere yet. Let's raid someone and be nice to them. I've just had 2 viewers come up, actually. Let's who can we raid? Let me just go to who can we raid here? Let's have a look. We got is there anyone doing UK stuff? Ross Boomsocks, he's too big for me. Vixie is playing Convergence. It Stewart is playing League of Legends Wild Rift. Who do we want to raid? I'm tempted to raid. Raisins is a support player. I like Raisins. I'm gonna raid Raisins because he's only got 2 viewers at the moment, and let's raid him and be nice. He's a nice guy. He used to be support player in the UK scene back in the day. So let's where the hell do I go? It's create a dashboard, isn't it? I think there we go. Create a dashboard, raid channel, Raisins. I'm still a streaming noob after all these years. There we go. Right, let's see if that's working here. 1 viewer ready to raid. Oh, Finlow, you missed you. Oh, no worries. Good night. Yeah, see you soon. Yes, it does look good news. It's good news. Oh, 11 viewers ready to raid. That's awesome. Right, see you all soon.